am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. So we're going straight in the news tonight, Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar says the Trinidad and Tobago must expand its global presence and calls for greater international engagement. Delivering a feature address at the official launch of the TNT Revitalization Blueprint Phase 2 of the National Recruitment Drive on Thursday, Persad-Bissessar said, although our country is blessed in many aspects, it's time for our economy to level up. Listen to this.
But now, the time has come to open our doors internationally, to learn from and partner with countries that have successfully transformed their economies. For example, Singapore, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, Kuwait, and others. Many of these nations were similar in positions like ours, heavily dependent on energy. Yet they transitioned, they grew dynamic, diversified economies.
She said the time to act is now. And that is exactly what her government has been doing. She recalled her recent visit to the US, where she engaged in several bilateral talks.
We held productive discussions with the Crown Prince of Kuwait and representatives from Saudi Arabia. We made it clear that TNT is open for business. This is a message I intend to echo globally. TNT is open for business now, and everyone is welcome.
So Trinidad and Tobago, she made it very clear to the world that Trinidad and Tobago is now open up for business, for international investors to come into our country and make some investments into building, into construction, into steel, into whatever, computers, softwares, electronics, couch, whatever it is, Trinidad and Tobago is now open up to the world on an international market, so you all could come in and let's talk business-wise. That is what she's telling the world viewers. Now, Prime Minister's vision and the mission is to strengthen ties with international countries while continuing to maintain peaceful relations with traditional partner. Prime Minister.
We strive to strengthen our partnerships with our traditional friends, the United States, the United Kingdom, China, India, France, French ambassadors here. Our traditional partners, we intend to continue working with them and strengthening those partnerships and ties. And further, mentioned it before, very important, we need to penetrate markets of Latin America, whole of South America. We need to penetrate those markets. They are right on our doorstep. So yes, in the CARICOM, but of course, in South America as well. So the world is our stage now.
So now, viewers, she said her government transformation plan will create an ecosystem for investment, innovation, and new economic activity that aims for international corridors of capital. So Trinidad and Tobago, at least she has a plan. Within the first 6 months, she's showing us in our country that, hey, we are at a level now where we can go forward. Her government is putting things in place. They're coming up with policies. They are meeting people, and they are opening up Trinidad and Tobago for business on an international market. Now, all well and good, but we also have to understand that Maduro, on the other side, is always saying that we want to invade his country. While the US is targeting drug ships on international water, Maduro and his government cannot go after Donald Trump. So what he is doing, he is targeting Trinidad and Tobago, saying that we are the ones that are looking for the war. All our Prime Minister said is that we are in alignment with the US government concerning drug trafficking. That is all, That is all. Other than that, Trinidad and Tobago is open up on the international market to do business with. But you know, we have the opposition now who not seeing it that way. All they are saying is that we should go to Venezuela to do business. Venezuelans said they don't want us. That is what the government said. They're locking off all negotiation, all ties. Not a problem. Our Prime Minister said, Kamala, she said, that is not a problem. We are going on the international market. So Maduro could continue labeling Trinidad. The opposition, which is the PNM, can continue with whatever talks they are talking. But the UNC is focusing on strengthening ties with international countries. That is what the government is doing presently, Trinidad and Tobago. So while we are fighting down one another in this country, the UNC administration is looking to go outside and do business. That is what they are doing. Imagine that, eh? So all the bickering and the fight down and saying where you want and this and that and the next. I realize for myself that the UNC administration has a job to do and they are doing it. That is what they are doing. But nevertheless, viewers, this is something I have noticed. She working towards bringing the standard of living to a different level. For us, the Trinidadian. Yes, every government comes in, there are cutbacks on jobs, security, work, taxes. We have all seen that over the years. So I am not going to stand here and say, well, you know what? The government, employment raising, new taxes, no work. I am not going to sit here or stand here and ignore that. Yes, it is taking place. The issue with the CPEP, the contractors did not have their document in order. While the opposition was saying the UNC was creating a large unemployment scale, what the PNM administration was not saying is that their contractors did not have their document in order. And this is what I wanted you all to understand. Understand this. So, moving along from that now, Minister of Works and Infrastructure, Jolene John, have stated that Trinidad and Tobago is ready to reintroduce itself to the world. Speaking at the launch of the Trinidad and Tobago Revitalization Blueprint on Thursday, she outlined some of the transformation plans spanning infrastructure, the justice system, and the creation of 50,000 jobs from this process. Listen to this.
We are expecting that during the construction phase that we are going to be creating over 50,919 jobs with the help of the private sector. Direct jobs, indirect jobs from the supply chain and induced jobs.
Now, I want you to understand something. This is not CPEP job they're creating, eh? I just want you to understand this. This is not CPEP job. This is something totally different. We have a call? Caller, good night. Hello?
Night.
Go right ahead, you're live.
What I was saying is maybe all they need to do is bring back in the hangman on the death penalty.
Oh, hopefully they're going to rebrand it.
All right.
Thank you.
That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you, my friend. And I believe that is something they are looking into, eh? I believe that is something that they are looking into.
I realize it a little bit, so I'll just say better say it as well.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, God bless.
Well said. They're looking into it. Let me tell you something. In the coming years, don't feel you could just kill and walk away just so you know. As David Jonathan who said, when he released some of the penalties for home invasion, if you kill, you will be killed. If you kill someone in a home invasion, you will be killed. The state is going to prosecute you. And I want to believe that you wouldn't go in prison and sit down till you die, on death row. So I believe that they want to introduce it back to the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So it wouldn't be like you kill me and then you end up in prison or you get away and police know who is the killer. No. It ain't going to be like that. She said, back to our story, there will be a link from San Fernando to Maya Road, transforming the energy belt into a multi-use development zone. Listen to this one.
That thin line is really what I'm calling the South-South corridor, taking from the energy capital of San Fernando to the other energy hub in Maya Road. Right, that's a 100 kilometers of road, and that is already going out to tender. We have the first phase of that road from Taruba to Princestown already out to tender.
Now, John added that a major aspect of the plan consolidates the national justice system, brings several facilities under one unified structure, including the creation of Tamina Center for Justice. The minister said that with the consolidation, the existing prison facilities will be repurposed. Listen to this.
We start with what we call the consolidation of justice. Carrera Prison Island, 25 acres. The Frederick Street, fondly called Dem Boys Jail by the mighty Shadow, and Golden Grove has 270 acres. We are talking about consolidating that into a major facility, one where we truly will have justice on time. So this is our Tamina Prison Campus sitting on 500 acres. When we consolidate our jails, we'll be saving upward of 40%, $60 million per year. All right, that is now being spent in keeping prisoners housed. So this is a beautiful island where we now have prisoners. So earlier on I spoke about the consolidation at this Tamina space. At 75, we are suggesting this is a concept. 75-room boutique hotel with all amenities, etc., etc.
So now Trinidad and Tobago, the iconic Dem Boys Jail in Port of Spain will be transformed into an art and event space, and the Golden Grove facility will be repurposed for housing. The minister also emphasized that Port of Spain East and waterfront area includes Sealots will see industrial, residential, and healthcare redevelopment. The focused construction timeline runs from 2025 to 2030 for phase 1 and 2030 to 2035 for phase 2. So viewers, what you saw just now was some videos and pictures of the redevelopment and the reintroduction of place in Trinidad and Tobago. The government has a plan. Well, we have never seen a government propose so much of plans for Trinidad and Tobago. All we were hearing for 9 years was gas and gas and gas and gas and oil in Venezuela. And that's all we heard. Nothing materialized, and that is the end of it. That is the end of it. So viewers, the government is here for 5 years. It doesn't matter. We jump high, we jump low. The UNC administration is here for 5 years. So what we need to see now in this 5 years is development, construction, job creation, lower taxes, better cost of living, better roads, better health care, better fire service, better policing, better teachers, better schools, medication, health centers up to date with systems, and medicines for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We did not get that in the last 9 years. Everything that I called out there decreased. We started to suffer as a people. Imagine that, Imagine that. Billions of dollars spent and no increase of nothing in Trinidad and Tobago. Nothing. So we are going for a short commercial break. When we come back, we're going to deal with the quarry operators, ones of job loss. More when we read it.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So welcome back, Real Talk viewers. Remember, we at Real Talk Financing, we are offering you 5% on a fixed deposit, viewers. Now, the good thing about this fixed deposit is that within 14 days from the date you sign up this agreement, our office is going to call you to come and collect a check. Now, this check will be the interest of your 5 years investment accumulated in one. So if you invest 100,000, 200,000, 200,000, 5% interest for the 5 years, you're getting $50,000 in a check. Imagine $50,000. No other financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago is giving you that, viewers. And I could guarantee you that. So remember, instead of you working for your money again, you have already made your money. Now let your money work for you. Only at Real Talk Financing. Remember that, viewers. So, to the quarry operators. President of the newly formed Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Product Producers Alliance, TTAPA, Nigel Tian, is warning that up to 100,000 jobs in the construction sector are at risk as quarry operators shut down operations over the government alleged failure to issue long overdue processing license. Speaking during a protest on Thursday, Nigel said the closure of the group's 24-member operation across the country could severely disrupt the supply of sand and gravel and other base material vital to construction and infrastructure projects. Listen to this.
There would be no need for the roofman. There would be no need for the scaffolding company. There would be no need for the painter. So we anticipate overall the impact of our actions is closer to the vicinity of 85,000 to 100,000 people.
The alleged failure to issue long overdue processing license. So how long now did they make the application for renewal of license? Was it within 6 months or was it within years? This is something that they need to come out and say. He accused officials of stalling approved application, forcing legitimate operators to cease work while unlicensed quarry continue unchecked. Listen to this.
Applications have been submitted, vetted and approved by the Mineral Advisory Committee, MAC, and have then been passed on to the Office of the Director of Minerals, which is Mr. Monty Bihari. And when it gets to him, it's as though it got to the Bermuda Triangle. It disappears.
Now viewers, Nigel said the organization has written twice to Energy Minister Rudal Munilal but has received no response and is calling for an urgent meeting with several government ministers. Listen to Nigel one more time.
So we call upon not just Minister Rudal Munilal, who's the Minister, the Honorable Minister for Energy, we also call on the Commissioner. And as we stand here today, we call on Jolene John because trucks going in and coming out. And they're coming out with dynamite. They're coming out with sand and gravel. So we know this illegal operation continues.
So now viewers, however, the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries has rejected the group's claim as false, stating that numerous processing licenses have been granted in recent years. The ministry confirmed the receipts of the group October 28 letter but said it is not familiar with the groups or its activities. So Trinidad and Tobago is only one thing to do. If Dr. Rudal Munilal is, in fact, aware of it, or his staff is aware of it, since it has been highlighted now, it's a simple thing. All I received that letter on the 28th, respond back to the managers, the directors, whoever is in charge, or even Mr. Nigel, send him a letter or give him a phone call. I'll come in, let's sit down and let's have a chat. It's simple in Trinidad and Tobago. It's very, very simple, you know. You know what's the easiest thing here? The easiest thing is the acknowledgement of the letter on the 28th. That is the easiest thing. Now, you're not aware of the organization. No problem with that. They sent you a letter. You acknowledge it. All you have to do is respond back to them and tell them, come in and let's have a discussion. Let's get to know all you, what you all represent, how many members in your group, what type of jobs you all do. It's very, very simple. That is how easy it is. Now, if you're not aware of it, it's not a problem. Come in, let's sit down. We're talking about construction workers. We're talking about aggregate. We're talking about renewal of license. We're talking about quarrying in general. How hard is it to respond back and say, come in, let's meet and talk? And then we will know how or what we're doing from there. It is not very hard, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to tell you something. The simplest little thing, the littlest thing is the acknowledge letter. That's the most important thing. And that is a big deal now. From a little thing as acknowledging the letter, it becomes a big deal now. We can meet. We can discuss. We can have negotiation. We can see where we're going from here. We can know what legislation to put in place. You can even tell us if you have license or you did not get license or license need to renew. Stuff like that. Come on, Monilal. Come on, Monilal. Don't start to operate like the last minister we had. You have a team underneath you. Don't let power get to your head. Don't. Work with the people and let's get the quarrying department in Trinidad and Tobago up and running. It's that simple. You have a team, you have an office, you have workers. They acknowledge the letter. The minister's office acknowledged the letter. So let's not play tit for tat. Tit for tat is a serious game, you know. A very serious game. But nevertheless, viewers, nevertheless, let me just hope that this department doesn't come to a halt. And what Rovero needs to do is to crack down on illegal quarrying. If you're doing quarrying, apply for a license. It's that simple. This is not the PNM, this is the UNC. Apply for a license, go in, meet with the directors, the ministers, whoever you have to meet for, go in. Because they're robbing Trinidad and Tobago. This is not the PNM anymore. Let's do things different. Call her good night. Hello? Hello? Stick your gaddy click. One time. Works and Infrastructure Minister Julian John has assured there will be a home-first approach to ensure favorable price for aggregate. On Thursday, Prime Minister told citizens to look out for construction equipment dominating outlying areas across Trinidad during her government's unveiling of the Trinidad and Tobago Revitalization Blueprint. This sparks concern in some quarters about the availability of the sufficient aggregate to facilitate this project. Speaking to the media, Minister Julian John assured that the government is taking home-first approach to ensure that all local construction needs are met. Listen to this.
Is that with planning and EMA, we now set up a priority process desk where when these applications of a certain size, over 50 million, come into that desk, it will be given urgent attention and care for an approval process expanding or spanning no more than 90 days. We are turning bureaucracy into opportunity, red carpet and red tape into red carpet. Is that with planning and EMA, we now set up a priority process desk where when these applications of a certain size, over 50 million, come into that.
Commercial break, but stay locked on. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? Speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. To be you. To be you. To be you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
Chief Executive Ali saying home first. Chief Executive Ali is a very sensible man. In addition, National Quarry falls under the Ministry of Works and Infrastructure. For 2 years, they did not have the material to blast, if you understand what I'm saying. That was literally professional malpractice, if you understand what I'm saying. So we are going to ensure that we maximize, you understand, because this is a new era of construction, of major infrastructure. And to the extent that we can ensure that we are ready with our own aggregate to keep the prices down. That's important. We have to keep prices down. We don't want the market to overheat, because then that will not be in the interest of our country.
So now, viewers, the minister made it clear to Trinidad and Tobago that at some point in time, they couldn't even supply locals down here. Imagine that, eh? Imagine that. So if we can't supply locals down here, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Now, this is what I say. When you want to do something, make sure you have your license. The minister was also hesitant to give comments on a recent announcement, protest by the Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Producers Alliance on the lack of license to operate, but noted that discussions are imminent. Meanwhile, Member for Parliament for Tobago East, David Thomas, expressed his excitement at the plans within the National Revitalization Blueprint, which will be revealed soon. Listen to this one.
I am looking forward to real partnership. I am looking forward to respect. I am looking forward to growth. As far as I'm concerned, Tobago has suffered, and I think we are now creating an environment where we can all flourish, and I welcome it. Having seen this presentation today, I think this coming to the Tobago space will bring a whole new meaning to what development is about. It will bring a whole new meaning about what future is about, and it will bring a whole new meaning about what caring for people and making the lives of people better and chart a profound way towards prosperity.
So Trinidad and Tobago, business seems like it's going to be blooming in Tobago. Imagine that, eh? Now, Mr. Thomas also gave high praises to the government on promise delivery to Tobago. He said discussions with Prime Minister on 3 key issues are paramount to development and economic stability. One more time.
When she called me here and we had the discussion, and she said, Mr. Thomas, tell me like it is. Tell me what you want. And I said to her, I want every dollar that the THA has asked for in the budget. And she gave us a little more than the every dollar. Right? Further to that, I asked her for the export license. She has delivered. And thirdly, I asked her to ensure that the autonomy happens. So when that is finished, I think I would have contributed significantly to this first 5 years. So the next 5 years is to see the manifestation of everything.
So out of 3 things he asked for Trinidad and Tobago, our sister island got 2. And I believe that they are working on the 3rd. So if that is made available to Tobago, you know what's going to happen? Little Tobago is going to be flourishing so much. They might even laugh at us. But let's hope things change. So we're switching into some planning news now. The Minister of Planning, Economic Affairs and Development, Dr. Kennedy Saratan Singh, has confirmed that the government has agreed to set up a priority portal desk to address bottlenecks in approval and processing of large investment projects. So it's going to be a desk for this thing. Listen to this.
Is that with planning and EMA, we now set up a priority process desk where when these applications of a certain size, over 50 million, come into that desk, it will be given urgent attention and care for an approval process expanding or spanning no more than 90 days. We are turning bureaucracy into opportunity, red carpet and red tape into red carpet.
Saratan Singh also explained that there are several cases where persons have become frustrated over the number of years it takes to get approval for significant project, and that has been happening in Trinidad and Tobago, viewers. Trust me, I know about that. I've passed through that. Years, sometimes you're waiting on something and you can't get it done. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something from experience. It's right there on the desk, you know. All the paperwork has been finished. And it's there sitting on the desk, waiting to be approved. And you have to wait. Wait for what? Somebody to grease your elbow with Vaseline? Or you're waiting for somebody to grease your bald head with a little oil? Huh? You see, in Trinidad, we know about grease good. We know about Vaseline good. We know about coconut oil good. But nevertheless, let's hope that this comes to an end. Listen to this last one.
To me, that in the last 5 years, $34 billion of potential projects sat in their coffers. Not only are they awaiting feedback for some of these projects, but people have gotten so fed up that they just walked away from them. In fact, over $1 billion of those was just taken out of the system altogether. These are some of the things that we have had to grapple with.
I want to believe the reason is that $34 billion, imagine, sitting on desk, just waiting on approval. And I believe the persons who have to authorize those was not getting what they wanted. I don't care who vexed or who lost, you know. I don't care who want to come after me for making these comments, you know. But this is reality. This is keeping back development in our country. One man sitting on a desk. All you have to do is sign it off. $34 billion of investment into Trinidad and Tobago. And all they have to do is sign off on a project. But apparently your demand is more than the project. It's sad, eh? It's stinking sad. But that will cause a nation to suffer. And that is what happened to Trinidad and Tobago. We suffered. If former ministers vexed by their problem, if former directors vexed by their problem. But that is what we went through. The reality of suffering. Suffering for development for our own country. Suffering for health centers. Suffering for roads. Suffering for school. Suffering for better police. Suffering for fire station. Imagine that, eh? All because what? Their demand was maybe more than what the contract would. I've heard it in Trinidad and Tobago. It's central life from here. I'm from Shoguanas in Trinidad, you know. I'm into the media, I'm into news. So I hear a lot of birds whistle and I just hear it. All different tune. That is why I could say that tonight. But nevertheless, hopefully comes to a change. Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander have stated that he has a 10-point crime plan for 2026. Alexander also sought to underscore that the current state of emergency, the SOE, is not government solution to crime. While Alexander did not reveal his crime plan, he did agree with Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissess's admission that government needs to work harder to ensure people feel safe and a sense of security in our country. Listen to this.
There are some persons still behaving in a manner that they have lost all respect for human and human lives. They have lost respect for law and order because they were given that opportunity for too long under the guise of excuses. And now it gets a little tough.
Now, Alexander, he was pained to see the trauma the families in Philippines endured during a home invasion on Tuesday. Prime Minister and Attorney General both confirmed that home invasion bill will be coming to Parliament before the end of 2025. So the opposition, get all your act together. Meanwhile, the SOE period, and with the busyness of Christmas and Carnival seasons on the horizon, Alexander said he was concerned that officers may be overworked.
A man loves to be paid for his extra work. And when he's paid, he wants to go on and on and on. And we understand that. And that is why we're also trying to treat with the police service in terms of their sanction strength. Because if the sanction strength of the police service is up to par, then there may be no need for the set of overtime that is being paid now.
So let's hope that Alexander put things in place for the Christmas season and the Carnival season. Trinidad and Tobago, we are going for a short commercial break, but stay locked on. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to Real Talk Financing and Investment, a place where your loans are guaranteed and you're rewarded with up to 5% upfront interest on your deposit. Why wait when you can invest with us today and reap the benefits? speak with a representative at our central branch at 238-6716, 231-6219, or 339-1670, or our south branch at 242-9944, 241-0543, or 339-1670. Real Talk Financing and Investment. Investment company just for you. For you. For you. For you.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real public concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
Welcome back.
So now viewers, remember Real Talk Financing is giving you 5% on fixed deposit, the only financial institution in Trinidad and Tobago that is giving you a 5% on a fixed deposit. Remember, 5% per year. Now, if you invest $200,000 for 5 years, that is $50,000. I just let you know. $50,000. If you invest $100,000 for 5 years, that is $25,000. So here is what I want you to do. Go to your bank, go to your financial institution and ask them how much percent they are giving you on $100,000 or $200,000 or even $300,000. And if you are not getting 5%, then take out your money and bring it to Real Talk Financing. Take out your money. Because if you have a 5 years investment with a commercial or financial institution, and you're not getting 5%, take out your money and bring it to Real Talk Financing. You will get 5% on a fixed deposit. Imagine $100,000 for 5 years is $25,000. $200,000 for 5 years is $50,000. $300,000 is $75,000 you're collecting in the first 14 days when you sign up a fixed deposit at Real Talk Financing. Trinidad and Tobago, where are you getting that? Nowhere. Nowhere in Trinidad and Tobago you are going to get that 5%. Only at Real Talk Financing. And I am backing that. I am backing that. That's why I just say, with 30 years of experience in the financial sector, me being the president of Real Talk Credit Union and me being the director of Real Talk Financing, Real Talk Financing also lends loan to any citizen of Trinidad and Tobago. And we are growing bigger and bigger and bigger. 5%. Where are you getting that? Real Talk Financing has one of the biggest fixed deposit center in Trinidad and Tobago. 5%. If you're not getting $75,000 on a $300,000 fixed deposit in any financial institution, break it and bring it here. I am telling you that. Break it and bring it here. Let your money start working for you. You already worked hard for your money, you know. And now you put it there now, getting 2% and 3%. No, you're wasting time. You're wasting production. Bring it to Real Talk Financing. Bring it to Real Talk Financing. Just go in and inquire how much percentage I am getting on 300,000 for 5 years. And if you're not getting it, don't say nothing. Take it out. Bring it to Real Talk Financing. And in 14 days, we will call you and give you a check with your 5 years interest in the first 14 days. And that is what you call upfront interest. So with the 5 years now, you could just rock back and relax with your investment. You know why? Because you collect the matured figure upfront. Go for vacation, repair the house, put away money for schooling, buy a car. Yep. And that is how your money is working for you. That is how I make my money work for me. Trinidad and Tobago, you had to be smart in a time like this. You had to be smart. And you had to have faith in a strong leader. Not like the position that we had, you know. Study tighten your belt. You tighten your belt till you can't tighten. You tighten your belt until the food you can't buy. Imagine that. That's how much you tighten your belt. But nevertheless, back to our show tonight. Port of Spain North, St. Anne's West, MP Stuart Young has labeled the recent award of an export license to Steadily Park Enterprise Limited by Prime Minister Kamala Prasad Bisasa as political gimmick. Ask Stuart Young what they give to Tobago. Ask him. He talking about a gimmick. He talking about a gimmick. Ask Stuart Young what he gave Tobago. You know what I wanted to do with No Man's Land in Tobago? Was it about this big hotel? Sandals. They wanted to bring sandals in Tobago, but they wanted the taxpayers' money now, $1 billion to build sandals. And then after 10 or 15 years, we would have started to gain a little interest. After 10 years, now sandals are coming with them money to build their hotel in Tobago, you know. No. We, the citizens, the tax money we paid, Dr. Keith Rowley wanted to take that tax money to build sandals. So everything was going to who? Sandals. Ask Stuart Young what he did for Tobago, but he talking about is a gimmick. It have answers. If you ask Stuart Young right now, we can't answer it. But he talking about political gimmick. Young also denied the previous administration was spiteful in its decision not to grant the THA license. But we heard someone stand up from the THA and said, it's years they suffered for the license. And then the Prime Minister now come out and said, no, that lie. Now Stuart Young backing who? Two former Prime Ministers backing one another. And while the people at Tobago now coming out and said, hey, y'all didn't deny we. All you want to give we. Now, Stuart Young, he stated the aggregate from Steadily Park was used in a number of local projects, including Diego Martin Interchange. Young said the locals' demand for higher grade material at Steadily Park was higher than the quarry could provide. Listen to Stuart Young.
We have come to address the political gimmickry, to use that phrase of the Prime Minister, and the sham that both herself and the Chief Secretary are attempting to pull on the people of Tobago and also us here in Trinidad. And it is the recent theatrics that took place, unfortunately, in the Tobago House of Assembly this week with the handing over of an alleged export license for aggregate product from the Studley Park.
So now Trinidad and Tobago. Granting the theatre license is political gimmick, according to Stuart Young. But taking up millions of US currency and carrying it to a sanctioned country to do business, how do you call that? Somebody tell me something, how do you call that? This is why they don't like Saieed. You want to condemn Tobago right there. Who is part of Trinidad? Trinidad and Tobago. You deny them, but you want me to get sanctioned down on this side. So no company in the world now could do business with us. Trinidad and Tobago, I keep saying this. Open all your eyes to what all you had for the last 9 years. Open your eyes. Now, Young said the local demanded for higher grade material as Studley Park was higher than quarry could provide. So if somebody asks you for mango, and you don't have mango, what you give them? Stuart, you have common sense cooking in right there. If you have 5 mango and I ask you for 6, could you provide the 6? No, you can't. You provide what you have. Always remember, common sense was made before books. Always remember that. Nice. Young said, when the needs could not be met, the then government reluctantly decided to allow aggregate to be imported, but NIDCO came to cabinet saying contractors wanted the government to supply forex to purchase it. So you see again, Stuart Young, again, if we don't have forex to buy food, as some groceries complaining they can't get, you think we will have forex to give companies to bring in aggregate? Come now, man, Stuart Young. Come now, man. Don't be a puppet for nobody. Don't be a puppet for nobody. Trinidad and Tobago, if it's one mouth, they cannot stop from talking in this country inside. Take what I'm telling you. You can't muzzle me, you know. You can't. Because when you tell yourself you're coming to muzzle Saieed, I will put something in your way that you might end up getting muzzled instead. And that I could boast on. I could boast on God and I could boast on the Spirit. What can this do? I didn't come here by guess. I come here with a plan and a purpose. That is why I am here. And that is why they can't stop me. Nevertheless. So viewers, it's that time now where I must say good night. Enjoy the weekend. And I'll see you back here on Monday, 10th of November 2025. Enjoy the weekend.